Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create a Azure function application. Azure function application is a serverless solution for deploying our microservices. Let's begin. First, you need to have an account in the Microsoft portal. That is, create a subscription. It may be a free trial or a pay as you go subscription. First, create an account in the Microsoft portal, then navigate to this URL portal.azure.com. When you navigate to this address, you will see multiple options for creating function app, creating resource groups, creating application services, creating storage accounts, and several types of databases. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create a Azure function application. Okay, click on Azure functions. Normally, if you have not created any Azure functions, it will be blank. First, let's say we'll click on create. You will see several options. The first one is subscription. You need to select which subscription you want to apply for this particular function application. That is, we have taken a free trial version, so select free trial. Next is resource group. Resource group of it's a collection of resources for lifecycle management or project management for a particular project. We can select existing resource group or create our own new resource group. Let's create a new resource group. Let's give it a name as microservices, current microservices. Okay. What are the possible errors that occur? If same the resource group name already exists, it will throw an error. You need to create a resource group with a new name. We can apply multiple functions or create multiple functions in a same resource group for it will be easier for billing purposes for a single project. It will create an ease of monitoring. Next is we need to give a function app name. It should be globally unique name. Remember that because the function name dot the domain name is where we can access our services or microservices we are going to deploy in this application. So create a unique function name. If the function name is not unique, it will show an error. See, if I say project, this app name is not available. So let's create crud underscore microservice. That's invalid characters. This character underscore is not available. The dot is not available. Dash. So CRUD dash microservice. This is our unique name and CRUD dash microservice dot Azure website dot net. This is our complete URL where we can access our microservices in the cloud that we are going to deploy in this function application. So next option is, do you want to deploy code or a container image? We want to deploy our code. What is the runtime stack? There are see all the these are all the possible technological stack that can be deployed in this application. It may be .NET project, Node.js project, Python, or a Java project. In this example, let's select Python. This is the version. What are all the possible versions we can use for this deployment? We'll be selecting the latest version 3.11. The region, the cloud region where we want to deploy our microservice or our code. Let's select East US. We can select other region as well, but remember some of the regions are restricted for the paid subscribers or some business plan subscribers. So if you select some other cloud region and it will showing error or it is throwing error while deploying, then you may need to change the region. East US is one of the region where we can deploy our free tier apps. Next, we are going to select operating system as Linux. Hosting, we are using the consumption or that is the serverless plan. The portal, the Azure or Microsoft, they manage all our dependencies, servers, infrastructure. We just have to deploy the code. So we write the code and deploy it, and we can consume the code. That's this easy. Next is networking. Enable public access, yes. Enable network injection, no. Next is monitoring. Enable application insights, yes, because we want to check what is the network parameters and all the other application insights. How much cost are we accruing for each request? All those things we can monitor it using the application insights. Next is deployment. Do you want a continuous deployment from the GitHub, GitLab like that, or we want to manual deployment? We will keep the continuous deployment disabled for now. We can add our GitHub account and you can enable the continuous deployment as well. Next is basic authentication. Do you need to authenticate before deploying? In large projects, we will keep it enabled. For this one example, we will keep it as disabled. This is for the tags for easy monitoring of our resources. Next, we are going to create, this is for reviewing. This is the function. Resource group name is CRUD microservices. The application name, the function name is CRUD microservice. Runtime stack is Python 3.11. You can review. This is the subscription ID. This is for a consumption purposes. Operating system Linux, region East US. You can review it and create. Press create. It may take some time. Here you can see here. It's trying to create the app. Our deployment is almost done. If there are any errors in the deployment, it will show here. The status will not be okay. Remember this. If your selection of the region is wrong, your function name is wrong, your resource allocation is wrong anywhere, or it's not able to create for any other errors, it will show an error status. If it is okay, then means it is deployed. See, deployment successful. Go to resource. We now created a simple Azure Functions application. We can access the resources in that function in this through this URL. See, if I click on this URL, this is my URL to access the resources. But we have not uploaded any code or microservices yet. So it is showing blank. When we upload our code, upload our microservices into this cloud, or we bind our code to these resources, it will show the results.